Hey everyone, good morning. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. I'm here today for Cricut Chat. I hope I don't have any Wi-Fi problems today. Hi Dawn, because it's not windy out today, and I think that's what happened yesterday. I lost my power briefly, like just for a split second, and that turned off all of my machines, including my modem and router. So good morning to everyone, and hopefully no problems this morning. We're going to do a very low-tech craft today, but it's so pretty, and it's using tissue paper, something that we sort of take for granted, and I thought that I would show you this. It's a cute little craft. It doesn't require the use of a Cricut, although I did find out that tissue paper can be cut on the maker, same as with crepe paper. It can be cut, but with the rotary blade. So I think I'll try some rotary blade tissue paper flowers or something like that in a future video. So today I just kind of wanted to get you familiar with this tissue paper and just sort of working with it. I think a lot of people think that tissue paper is very delicate, and maybe they don't have the patience and the I don't know, the knowledge or whatever to work with tissue paper. And it is a very thin paper, comes in lots of beautiful colors, and you can find it just about anywhere. I would advise going to the dollar store, like a Dollar Tree. They often have packages like this. And then I can show you how to cut it. So go to the dollar store, or I bought this at papermart.com, and it comes in so many different colors, and I got plenty of different colors. I'm going to show you 3 colors that I did, and then I'm going to show you how to cut it up and put it on a string so that it is not going to rip. And you can actually have this for many years, and perhaps do them for Christmas and Easter and different holidays. And it's just very festive. Or I was thinking of these colors. I thought this is kind of fun for maybe a mermaid party in the summer, or I found a rainbow of colors that I thought maybe we could do a little bit of a fiesta or pride. Nope, there's no sewing involved in this. It's all done by hand. And it's super simple. This is the kind of project that you can do while sitting, at home at night when you're watching TV or something. You can do most of it ahead of time, and then when you have a chance, sit down at a place like this. Cinco de Mayo, yes, of course. So there's all kinds of applications for this. And someone did say that it looks kind of like a piñata, and I think that piñatas do use either tissue paper or maybe crepe paper to be decorated. So here we go. But before I start, I just want to say hello to everyone. Hope you're well. It's getting close to Easter, and we have a great week of crafts for you this week. So I hope that you will follow me on Facebook or subscribe to my YouTube channel. I wanted to also mention that we are doing a giveaway right now. I do put the link to the giveaway in the description of all of my videos. If you're watching live, you have to wait until it stops and I do the replay, and you can find the link there. All you need to do to win a beautiful bundle of joy. It's a joy machine with a lot of extras. All you need to do is to follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. If you already subscribed, hit that like button, share it with a friend, make a comment, do anything like that so that I know you're there. And then also follow me on Facebook. And for a third entry, you can follow me on Instagram. Now, if you are already doing all of those things, share them with a friend and make sure you tell your friend to put their name in as well. This is going to hopefully increase the number of people that come and watch the program, whether it's live or repeat. And that's what we're trying to do, is get more people to join our lovely, lovely group of crafters, Cricut Chat crafters. And we just have so much fun here doing these kinds of crafts. Now, today's craft is not a Cricut craft. If you don't do, it's okay, Paralita, if you don't do Instagram. I think I set it up so that you can have 3 entries if you do all 3 of those things. And you have to go back to that link and make sure you put your name in and your email. That's important, and that will put you in the prize for at least one. If you do all 3, you get 3 entries. Okay, so as I was saying, this is Cricut Chat. If you're new, make sure you introduce yourself. This is a fun, wonderful group of people that we have sort of managed to collect over the year, and we do all kinds of projects. Now that we're 7 days a week, you can look forward to at least 6 or 7 projects a week, new projects, most of which are done on a Cricut machine, whether it's a Joy, it's a Explorer, a Maker, or one of the presses like the mug press or the easy press. So I hope that you follow along and you get some good ideas and you share them with others. So today we're talking about from colored tissue paper. So I know that you can find this at like a Dollar Tree store. It's not worth buying at like a department type store like Target. I think it's a little more expensive. You can usually find a package like this for $1. And if you buy it like this, just pick up 3 different colors for this project. All you need are 3 different colors of tissue paper. You're going to need some glue, and you're going to need some twine or kitchen string or anything like this. This happens to be a kind of a rainbow colored hemp cord that I picked up years ago that I'm still working on. So you want that. And you're going to need some scissors. I like to work with these small scissors, and I'm going to show you how to do this, but you can use larger scissors if you want. Okay, no. My Benji is wanting to get into the Scrabble tiles. I don't know what's going on with this dog, but anyway. So the tissue paper comes folded up like this, and I can just show you. I'll take it out of the package. So it comes folded up, and usually you get like 10 sheets or something like that. Yeah, 10 sheets. And you're going to unfold it. And again, we're going to do this with 3 different colors. So just kind of like follow along and cut 3 different colors. Now, it's usually folded like this in a package, which is perfect for this project because we are going to cut along where the cut lines are. And we don't even have to do all 10 sheets, but if you want to make this really, really long, this is usually about 10 or 11 inches either way. And so that's a good way to sort of guess. And what we're going to do is cut at these fold lines. And this is about 4 inches. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's a little less than 4 inches. And you can just cut like this. And at this fold, cut across. So we're making these strips, you see? And just keep going on with this. until you have enough, and do it in all 3 colors. So this is what I did last night. I cut these little strips off, and I only used like half the package. And I ended up with quite a bit of cuts. So here are the colors that I chose for this project, and I have so much over here that we're going to put together. Okay, now sometimes you can get tissue paper like at Amazon on 8.5 by 11 inch sheets. That's what this is approximately. I just want to check. Yeah, this is 11 by 8. So if you get it like this, what I want you to do is fold it in half like this and cut down at the half. If it's easier, you can cut it. I find working with the tissue paper when there's more than one sheet is a whole lot easier than working at one sheet at a time. So I think I have like maybe 4 sheets here. So I have, these are the strips of a few of the sheets. Okay, then once you have these strips, they should be about 4 inches. Yep, this one's 4 inches. Then you're going to want to fold them exactly in half. See that? And then again with the scissors, we're going to cut. So we're making strips of about 2 inches wide and 10 inches or 11 inches long. Okay, now we're going to do this for 3 colors. So that's what I've got over here. I've got some pink, I got some blue, and I got some lavender, and then also over here I have pink, a little brighter pink, blue, and lavender. Okay, so once you have all of these strips, you're going to take a bunch of them. Now, maybe you might not be able to do all of them at a time. You decide what's easy for you, but we're going to fold them in half again, like this. And again, I like to work with more than one, but not too many, but more than one so that it's easier to cut. And with the smaller scissors, we are just going to cut just to, but not through the fold line. And we're just going to do that every 1/4 of an inch. There's no like precision really required in this craft. And you can, once you get it, you can sort of just go along really quickly. And actually, I did it so quickly yesterday, I actually cut my hand. So don't go so quickly, but we're just going to go down and snip through all of these layers. And try not to get close to the fold. And really sharp scissors are kind of key here. You can do it with the larger scissors, but I kind of like these ones, and I hold them just so that they're snipping through here and not all the way through. So then once you get that done, you can open it up at the fold. This is the satisfying part. And we are going to open them up and just make yourself a little pile, one of each color. See, and I have these here. So I just want to kind of put this aside so you can see what I've done. So here is the pink, and there's more over here. I did a lot of this, and these were all from this little package, and I only used half. So consider that if you're decorating for a party, you don't need a whole lot of packages. Like one package will do nicely, I think, and will create a lot of like streamers or garland. I think one package of each color will do great for like a Christmas tree or something like that. So we have these 3 colors that we're going to decorate with, and they're all have been cut, and they have a fold in the middle. And let me just show you what they look like individually. Very cute and sort of frilly. Now we got to shore these up and also put them together to make our garland. So what I've done is, and I'm just going to show you what I've already started doing and that I will continue to do, is I took my thread, and again, you can use twine, you can use anything you really want to use that is sort of a little bit, I wouldn't use sewing thread, but maybe like needlepoint thread would work, or anything sort of like even kitchen twine would work. And it doesn't show, as you can see. I mean, you can see it here, but we're going to change it around so that you won't really show. So I'm going to start from scratch, put this over here, and we're going to take our twine. This is hemp cord, I think. And I'm going to start with one color. Let's say it's going to be the blue. I'm going to take one sheet of the blue. This one is kind of a little bit crumbled, so let's take it from the bottom because that's good. Okay, so one sheet of the blue or whatever color you want to use, and then we're going to take our glue. Wow. And I'm using my Barely Art Precision Craft glue for this, although I have seen people use like a glue stick. So if you have extra glue sticks around, I don't use glue sticks for any reason, but if you had some left over, you could do this, and it would make a nice little craft for the littles, because glue sticks are easier to handle than liquid glue is. So I'm taking the I'm taking the one sheet and I put a strip of glue down here. Having a little trouble getting this started, but okay. And then I'm laying my, and I'm laying my twine or my hemp cord onto that paper. And I might need a little bit more glue, because then I'm going to take my next color, being pink, and I'm going to lay that right on top. All right. And then a little more glue. You don't need a whole lot, but just enough to hold those tissues together down the middle, and one of the purple. So you're going to go along and you're going to make these stacks of tissue paper that we've already frilled up, okay? So just move along and have your twine over here. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you. Okay, so again, we're just attaching this cord and putting these three together. So we started with the green. So we take one green. We're going to put a little bit of glue down the middle. It's not rocket science, so you don't have to be super precise. And let's just lay it down in there. Might need a little more glue. Maybe not, depends on how much you put on there. Then we're going to take our second color. In this case, it's pink. Right? And you don't have to overlap. It just sort of, just get each piece that you're doing close to each other so you don't see that twine. And a little bit more glue. And this is a very soothing kind of a project to do. So as I mentioned, I kind of cut these all out last night as I was watching a TV program. And then this morning I started to put it together, and it was so easy and soothing, I think. And again, this is not a Cricut craft. I suppose you could Cricutize it if you wanted to. Perhaps after this is done, you could try hanging things from the glitter, or I'm sorry, from the garland, or incorporating it into a card or into some other ornament type of a project. So not that I'm trying to get you away from your Cricut, but sometimes you don't want to work on a machine, or you just want something sort of simple like this. I love Garland anyway. I've always loved Garland, and I could see that this could be a beautiful Christmas garland if you just change up the colors a little bit, maybe use gold. And they do have gold tissue paper. Gold, silver, and gold tissue paper would look really fabulous, maybe with a little bit of green or red. So nice. Now I did this with 3 colors, but there's nothing saying that you can't do it all with the same color. But I would definitely layer 3 sheets, because I'll show you when we get a little farther on, I'll show you what we do to make it look really like a nice full garland that can go, I don't know, draped over the tree or around your door frames and things like that. This is definitely an indoor type of thing. It would look really good outside, but once you get some water on it, it would just kind of fall apart. Tissue paper is not as sturdy as the crepe paper. Speaking of which, we did crepe paper yesterday, and I've been doing some more research, and we're going to continue to do some crepe paper and also paper and tissue paper flowers as the weeks go on. Next up, we'll probably do daffodils, because I've done the ones that are in Cricut Design Space, and they are lovely. I have these really nice stem wires that I use for the daffodils, and they stay all the time. You have to kind of just put them away, which is what I do every year. Put them away come about May or June, but we'll make those and show you how to put those together. I'm having a little trouble because I'm talking too much, I think. All right, here we go. Yep, talking too much, getting a little too chit-chatty again. All right. There we go. And let's get our second color on there. And we just go along. Now, you can kind of guess how big your garland is, and I think a good length of garland is like about 9 feet. So you can maybe do this in 9 feet increments, and then you can keep making them as long as you want. But just to kind of give you an idea, this is about 1 foot, right? So we've already done 1, 2, 3, 4 feet. So we're halfway done with this particular cord. So let's do another 1 or 2 of these of this color, which I think looks mermaidy, or maybe it looks unicorny. I don't know. But here we are. So easy to do, and I think very soothing. Okay. All right, and the next is the pink. You guys will be more precise than I am being, because, of course, I dropped my roll of twine on the floor, and now it's pulling at this side, but I don't even know if it's showing, but it's pulling. Here we go. It's really a low-tech craft. Anybody could do it. And it doesn't, what's great is, look, when you pull on it, it's not ripping, which I think a lot of people, when they play with tissue paper, they feel like it rips too quickly. And once you start putting things like a little bit of twine in there and then building it up with more than one, you're right, I forgot the purple on that one. When you start to put more than one piece on there, it does sort of make it, I missed the purple on this one. There we go. Okay. So here we go. The last one is, we'll just do that last one. And I would try to get it so that you don't see here. This I put a little bit too much space, about 1/2 inch, but over here I didn't put really any space. Okay, so once you get these all together, whatever length you want it to be, you're going to fluff it and turn it. So fluffing it just requires that you kind of crunch it up like this in your hands a little bit, sort of like you would do with a feather boa, and whip. That's just the end. And then at about, I don't know, 1/2 inch, we're going to just turn it like this. And don't worry if, little pieces fall off. That's okay. But it's creating that really adorable look of garland. And it's okay to crunch it up, okay? So just get in this little groove where you're just going to twist it. And I try to do this when the glue is still sort of wet, not quite dry yet. And it makes it so that you don't have to retwist it. Fluff. That's right, fluff. I love to fluff. It may be because I am from Massachusetts, where fluff is our signature food. And I actually have a funny story about fluff. I'm talking about marshmallow fluff, by the way. It's that creamy, fluffy, very sweet type of confection. We eat it here on white bread. It's actually called Canadian bread we eat it on, which I'm told from Canadians that there's no such thing as Canadian bread. And so it's just something that I guess some New Englanders made up. But we sandwich it with peanut butter and fluff. It's called a fluffer nutter. And this is, if you're a kid growing up in New England, this is your staple lunch. That's what was my staple lunch food in my lunch pail. Either that, or we would have grilled cheese sandwiches with tomato soup. But when I first got married, my husband, he worked in Lynn, which is where fluff is made by a company called Durkee Mower. Anyway, he worked in Lynn at a company that's no longer there, and their what was it called? Like where they receive in all of their products and all of that, where all the like the deliveries are made, were back to back with Durkee Mower. So every once in a while he would come home with these jars that the fellows, and probably did it illegally, but the fellows that worked at Durkee Mower would throw them over to him from their back to our back. So he would come home with some really interesting flavors, because they tried out all different. They did strawberry fluff, raspberry fluff, there was a chocolate fluff, and I think one other I remember was like kind of a caramel. So it's not just one-sided fluff. It's all different kinds. But I prefer the plain old white stuff. And that was what we had growing up. White bread with a little bit of peanut butter, not a whole lot, but that peanut butter would sort of tamp down the sweetness of the fluff. And then you put a big thing of fluff on it, and a big, it comes in a tub. In fact, all of the tubs I save because they're perfect for putting leftovers in. So my Rubbermaid container, my Tupperware containers consist of all Fluffernutter and Regatta cheese tubs and cottage cheese tubs, right? So that's all. You can tell I'm from New England when that sort of thing. What's Jack and Jill? A Jack and Jill when adding chocolate sauce. Oh, so you remember that, Babs? You remember the Fluffernutter? And so you would add chocolate to it? Oh, man, that was decadent. My folks never had chocolate sauce. Although they would get that can of chocolate sauce once in a great while that they put on ice cream. It was like Hershey's syrup. That was so good. That stuff, too. Oh, man. I'm so nostalgic. I'm almost too nostalgic, I think. But, yeah, that was growing up in New England. Was that. And then, yes, Campbell's soup, tomato soup, and what else? And grilled cheese sandwiches with just American cheese. The Hershey's, yeah, oh man, that can of Hershey's. Now, we also had something, I think this was a Rhode Island thing, but it was called Zarex. It was like a syrup that you're supposed to mix with water. And it's kind of like a precursor to Kool-Aid, I think. It was very, very sweet. It was like a mixer kind of thing. And you would take it either by the spoonful or whatever and mix it with water to make like a grape drink. And that was really delicious too. Our local peanut butter is called Teddy. That's still made in Massachusetts. I forget where it's made. Chelsea, I think. But yeah, we had a lot of those little places. Well, it's New England. When my father worked at Polaroid, there's another New England place. He used to work in Cambridge on Mass Ave, which is Cambridge is right over the river, Charles River. And that's where Harvard is. And the fellow that created Polaroid was a Harvard graduate. His name was Edwin Land, Dr. Edwin Land. And my father worked for them from the very start. And they were really they were kind of like the Apple of their day. Sad what happened to them. But my father used to tell me stories about how Dr. Land would ride his bicycle to work. He'd forget to cash his checks. He'd just leave them in his drawer and forget to cash them as he got older. But he would ride his bicycle in Cambridge. It was such an interesting time. And right there at Cambridge. And also right near there was the New England Confectionery Company, or Necco, which you probably remember Necco wafers or Sky Bars and Conversation Hearts. Those all came from Necco. All right. All right. So, yeah, I've heard people toasting Fluffernutters too. I never toasted them, but I heard that they're pretty good that way. Nothing like a Fluffernutter sandwich. Okay, so I put a few more on here. I think it's getting pretty long. And again, I'm just going to go back and fluff this stuff up, and then twist about every half an inch. Oh, crawfish. Yes, I love Necco wafers. Yeah, I know. it's so sad what's happened to a lot of our companies. I found out this week that Cane's, which is my favorite mayonnaise, in fact, last year, and this could have been the chemo, but last year I ran out of mayonnaise, and we were all like on pandemic, right? My sister was getting my groceries, and she got me like Hellmann's mayonnaise, and nothing against Hellmann's, but I took one taste of it and I was like, ew, this is awful. I know everybody loves Hellmann's. And again, it could have been my chemotherapy or whatever, but the taste of it was so abhorrent to me that that I had to give it back to her. I said, I would rather eat a sandwich without mayonnaise at all than be without my Cane's. And so then I found out Cane's, which had been made in Ayer, Mass., which is on the South Shore, they got sold to some company in Ohio. And I'm thinking, oh man, all this time, I always loved that it was made in Massachusetts, and now it's being made in Ohio. Nothing against Ohio, guys, but it's just, when you think of like a true New England favorite, Cane's is sort of it. That, Prince Spaghetti, Fluffernutter, Hood, those kinds of things are all sort of New England. Okay, I'm waxing nostalgic. You never heard of Cane's? It's spelled Cain ''S, Cane's, and they make the best. Tartar sauce for your fish and chips or your fried fish, fried clams. Cane's tartar sauce. Look for it. It may not be in other supermarkets, but that's what we use up here. No Miracle Whip. No, I don't like Miracle Whip. It's too sweet. Isn't it funny what we get used to? And then we feel like it reminds you, gets you nostalgic of home. And I just never left home. Well, I did leave home, but I didn't stay gone. I couldn't stay gone. Okay. So here we go. There is our fun little, I feel like we're in a little sewing bee and we're just sort of chit-chatting. And that's what I love about our group is that I wish that I could make all your voices be heard. But Dukes, I heard somebody say, in Shirley, there's some kind of a gas station named Buc-ee's. I was watching a video over the weekend, and there's some sort of a company called Buc-ee's gas station that has, like, it's probably the biggest gas station in the United States. And, I mean, they like serve all their food there. Anyway, so here we go. Look at this. Isn't this cute? Really fun. And Shirley, I was watching these people pull up in their trucks or their RVs, and they go into Buc-ee's and they can get full course meals and fresh made fudge and everything you could think of. So Easter, we're going to do anything? You guys doing anything for Easter? I was thinking about doing lamb, but I think I'm going to do ham. Because Owen really likes ham and we never have it. It's just going to be the two of us. But, my sister will come later. But, last year we did nothing because of the pandemic, and that was a mistake. I felt so like I cheated him and me, and so this year we are definitely going to have dinner. A lamb cake. I made one of those rabbit butt ones. Sorry about making you hungry, but I made like a rabbit with his head in the hole. It was so adorable. I loved it. I have to find that picture. It was so cute. And I just made like a rounded butt and then made two little cupcakes for his feet sticking out. So, so that is it for me today. Sorry, not a whole lot of special, special tricks and tips. It's Bucky's, yeah. Yeah, it looks like quite a thing. You have a standing bunny cake pan? Oh, that would be fun. You know what I would love to make is a coconut lamb cake. I think that would be adorable. Or even I did the bunny and I made like coconut that I colored green for the grass, like because he was sticking his head in a hole. And that was just fun. You have a cast iron? Oh. Okay, so tomorrow, sorry guys. Ooh, 10 pounds. That's wonderful. So tomorrow what we're making is Easter cards. This is a Easter card that I developed years ago, and it has beautiful lattice. So we're back to the machine and some paper. I'm going to use some of that pretty lavender glitter paper that we used. And actually, if I can find it, there are 2 cards that we can do. It's very simple, but very elegant looking. We also have to make some treat holders. There's some carrot, like they look like carrots, and you can fill with jelly beans. And then we have a jelly bean jar that we can decorate with some vinyl. And what else do we have? I have some print and cut Easter cards, and I know we have other things, but so it's going to be a fun Eastery kind of week. Oh, I wanted to say thank you to, I think it's Judy, who sent me information about Passover, because I said yesterday that Passover I thought was like 7 days, but indeed it's celebrated 2 of those days, and they celebrate it. It was celebrated this past weekend. So I appreciated that information. I love to hear about traditions. Traditions are so important. So that is our project for the day. I think I'm going to just sit here and make these all day with the window open, enjoying some of this nice spring sunshine and air. What are you guys going to do? All right. Nice to see you all too. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Let me know if you make these. I think they're really pretty. And I hope that helped out. Somebody was looking for a fun little project to do. So I hope that helped out. We'll see you again back at the Cricut tomorrow to make some last minute Easter cards. Okay? All right, everyone. Take care. Nice to see you. You have to work. Bye, everyone. Take care.